Good morning. This is John Checky. It is Friday, the 6th day of October. I'm told my oldest grandchild and her fiance and a couple of her friends are heading up to Colorado to celebrate her 27th birthday. I'm delightfully enthusiastic and full of life. Tomorrow she'll be only 27 years of age. Some observations about investing. At Checky Financial, we help people work toward health, wealth, and wisdom, and we do this by finding out what's worked for you in the past, what has not worked, what your goals are, what your dreams are, and what your time frame is. Let's talk about time frame for just a second. In January of this year, I turned 75 years of age. My wife is 4 years younger than I am. Get examined by doctors on a regular basis, checking my health, getting blood work done, plus get my insides checked by Viome through a poop test, and get a electrocardiogram and one of those cardiograms that looks like a cartoon. So what's the point of all that? In terms of genetics, my mom lived to be 95, my dad only till 68. He smoked cigarettes and had a hard life as a welder. Mine is not the same. My projected longevity is sometime in the 90s, which means I have perhaps 3 more full business cycles to live. Let me translate that into everyday language. There is a guy that I really enjoy following named Peter Zion, who says when baby boomers retire, they take their money out of the market and they put it into CDs and treasury bills and the like. I think that's a great way to sacrifice your future to inflation, because traditionally, when you look at the long-term charts, inflation and taxes combined together will outpace most fixed assets, particularly CDs, certificates of deposit. Back in olden days, when certificates of deposit yielded about over 20%, inflation was about 22%, the maximum tax bracket was 70%. I can see your eyes rolling to the back of your head. John, would you please get to your message? If you're approaching retirement age, wondering what the heck should I do with my financial future? One, let's check your longevity projection in terms of how long it seems like your health will help you live. And after we've assessed that, what kind of a life would you like to have when you're no longer working for wages? Would you be doing like Phil does, goes to the LA Fitness and does aquatic exercises with a class, he and a bunch of ladies, or go dancing a couple of times a week during the afternoon with men and women? Or are you one of those folks who's just dying to have all day long to watch the news? Depends on what you like to do. Or do you enjoy actually getting on an airplane and going places? Or do you enjoy hiking? What is it you actually enjoy doing? Maybe perhaps even mentoring other people. Once we figured out what it is you'd like to do, we can also let you know that, honest to goodness, when you're in your 50s and 60s, if you have a lifespan into the 90s, you have plenty of times where you're going to see markets go up, down, and sideways. That's just the honest assessment in terms of what markets actually do, as opposed to the fantasy island version of what markets actually do. I heard one economist yesterday, his name is Galloway, talked about that for a young person, you really need to hope for a recession. And the poor young guy thought, what do you mean by that? He said, well, the nice thing about a recession, it reduces the price of stocks that you've been wanting to buy for a number of years, and then it gives you a chance to do that, and then reinvest the dividends in that stock. Right now, markets are kind of choppy. There are any number of rebranding things going on and reorganizations, and inflation is not helping anybody. Although the invasion that we have in terms of people streaming across the unsecured border seems to be putting in a whole bunch of new possible labor pools that might be accessed over time. So if you're in your 40s like my son, or in your 70s like my wife and I, you still may well have plenty of time to go ahead and write out this, that, or the other situation and enjoy each and every day of your life. How do you do that? In my case, I enjoy exercising. It's a habit I picked up early in life, and thank goodness it helps mental acuity. You also can, if you eat properly, stay in good shape. If you're also fortunate enough to have love in your life, and I highly recommend having love in your life, and the best way to do that normally is to be someone who can be loved. The best way, I'm told, to become interesting to other people is to be interested in other people and hear their stories, as opposed to constantly telling our favorite story, which is the story about ourselves. This is John Checky telling you to have fun, be well, and strongly recommending that you reach out to Checky Financial right here in Plano, Texas, and also Fort Worth. Have fun and be well.